everyone, it's Giselle back with an energy reading for our divine partners. So whoever is watching this video, this is guidance for your divine love and from your divine love on how they are feeling about you and things going on around them. I know that when I do one-to-one readings, it's much easier to tap into accurate information about what's really going on in situations. And so because this is a general reading, I do hope that the messages do resonate, and to a certain extent, because we are all connected and a collective, the messages will be accurate to a certain degree. So I will start off this reading with 3 letters. I was guided to letter number 91 in all 3 of the Divine Love Crystal Grid, Bella Tinks' books. I will pop her link in the description where you can purchase it on Amazon. And I will read from book 1, number 91. It says, I love you, and I love you more and more and more and more every time I see you. Every time I think of you, I can only see you and no one else. It's like my whole body is programmed just to be with you. It drives me crazy because you're on my mind 24 hours of the day, and yet I'm so scared to do anything about it. What if you don't say that you feel the same way? What if we don't last? What would I do? I couldn't risk finding how unbelievably amazing our lives would be together to then have it taken away. That's my fear. I fear taking it further, for fear of losing you in the future. Crazy, I know, but I love you so much. It intoxicates me. Please know that I love you. You are my soul. Now, I've read an additional letter in response to that one. And as you will see, it actually progresses into, it's like a story they're telling us. So letter number 91 from the second book says, you are exceptional in every way. There is absolutely nothing that I couldn't spend every second of every day loving, caressing, touching, admiring, like a beautiful flower that I'm seeing for the first time. The very first time. It's as if I've been seeing life in black and white for all my life, and suddenly I've been given glasses and I can see colours, and the beauty in you is reflected back to me. It is such an incredible experience. I am in awe of the magic of you. Okay, and so then the third book has the same number 91 as a final letter. There is nothing that can stop us coming together or preventing us from living in our love vibration and from sharing that around the universe. That's the first and most important thing. Let that really sink in. Nothing can or will stop us. Our love is stronger than anything you can imagine. It is the most powerful force known to mankind, humankind, universe kind. It is the only force that means anything. That is why it is so powerful. It can't be seen, but it binds people together. It drives people to do the craziest things. Love is not negotiable. It just is. And so will we be. So with that, I feel there is a progression in the 3 letters, and when I was reading them, just as a quick glance over, just to get them ready for this reading, I was kind of like surprised at what a synchronistic story that formed. And now we will have a look, because I've asked the divine partners collectively, please guide us, give us some cards that will help us understand you better, because that's the whole point. It's not to snoop or to spy, or to break in on their energy without them wanting us to do so. This is more so that we can understand what is it that you're going through and what is it that you want us to know that will benefit us in our growth. So the first energy, and I had a quick glance at the books, but I felt more guided to just use my own intuition with these cards rather than reading off the book. So what this one's saying is the wild swans, dedication. And the swans have come through for me as well because they are a sign of this was a 1010 gateway, and I was walking and I took a different route to work, and you'll see that on my Instagram. I put a little post up of all the swans that I encountered that day. The 1010 gateway was a tricky time for me because I was going through some health stuff myself. So I was like finding it hard to really find my balance within myself. And on my walk to work, I encountered a ton of swans. And I took that as a sign because I've never seen them there. I've passed through that area before and they were never there. But then that one day they were just swarmed with swans. And they were sitting in pairs, which I thought was so cute. Like they were actually sitting in pairs and it was so beautiful. And that was a sign for me. So I find that the swan here is an important element. I mean, especially throughout my journey, I'm picking up different animal spirits, but the swan is a sign of, I feel, a little nudge in the right direction, because not only have I gone through a bit of a disconnected period myself throughout the Christmas, so many people have, even now when I've started uploading again, started emailing me and saying, I've been disconnected, I've been going through the same, and now I can understand. Like initially I was quite upset and quite angry with myself more than anyone, because I was like, I'm supposed to be someone who helps people. I can't be feeling like this. Like, how can I help people if I feel disconnected? How am I supposed to do anything if I can't help myself? But then actually I realized early this afternoon when I was recording my giraffe message was that I needed that disconnect and I needed that different perspective so that I could actually put myself even more into other people's shoes and show even more compassion and understanding to how they're feeling. And with this message, dedication, I'm feeling that the divine counterparts are saying to us that they are dedicated, like their spirit is dedicated. The spirit of my divine love sent me those swans on that day to give me a little nudge and say, don't let go. Don't disconnect. I know it's been tough and I know you've been going through some health stuff that discouraged you, but please keep going. This is a sign from me, and I feel that they're urging us again now to stay dedicated, because their soul is still dedicated and it will never stop. As the letter said, there is nothing that could stop this. Nothing. Because it's already done. It is done. This is a done deal. So they are dedicated, so please stay dedicated too. The next card, a time to say goodbye. Something is about to end for now. With this, I'm not going to take the literal sense of this card because I feel... Okay, so you can take it in two ways. So the first way I'm seeing this is that we've been feeling disconnected, it's been time to say goodbye just for a tiny bit for now, but we're going to come back together and that's fine. But I'm also feeling that this is a nudge from them to say to us, it's time to say goodbye. For them to say goodbye to their situation, to things that they've been encountering that no longer feels right in their life. Ridding of the clutter. I briefly read the story actually of this card, and it's about sacrifice and kind of wanting to remain dedicated on the physical to situations that weren't good for them, just so that they wouldn't disappoint other people, such as their family. But you know what? Stop. I feel that this is a message from them now saying, whilst we had in the past been dedicated to keeping in certain relationships that were not good for us just because we wanted to appease our families, this here is saying that is coming to an end and that they need to fully step into their truths. Stop compromising. The next card. Witch of the End of the World. There's a lot of end of the world stuff coming through, isn't there? There was time to say goodbye, now there's this. An important end, a new beginning. What I'm getting with that is our divine loves are aware if they are still in situations that no longer serve them. They're aware of that, and they want us to know that they do know that time is ticking, you know, and that they're coming more and more to a point. The first letter I read out said that they were scared, but then as the second letter and the third letter, they became more confident and became really just saying, you know what, I know what I have to do, and there's nothing that can stop us from coming together because this is destined. It's written in the stars. So what is destined will definitely find a way. And this one is saying an important end and a new beginning. So an important end in their lives to cut off all that no longer serves and to start a new beginning. Time is not running out, but, you know, it's ticking. Next card. Don't know how to pronounce that one. It says madness. Ecstatic ritual energy release. Okay, what I feel with that is there's another release, another letting go. Interestingly, all these cards have got green. Well, not all of them, but a lot of them have got green for heart healing. I'm seeing a little theme here. So energy release. Anything. Yeah, again, I feel releasing anything that no longer serves, anything that is holding them back, anything that they're aware is poison to them, needs to be let go of. So trust that they're aware of what needs to happen. They're not ignorant or oblivious to this. Next card. Vulnerability. Open your heart. Allow yourself to be tender. So what I feel with this is that they know. So with what comes to mind again is that first letter where he said that he was scared to express how he truly felt, just in case you rejected him. And what is he going to do with himself if things don't work out? But now they're in the knowing of we do need to make ourselves vulnerable. We do need to open our hearts, because only through doing that can we achieve this reuniting of our energies and our heart melting into the completeness that we've always had on the spiritual, that coming into the physical. And in order for us to do that, we need to make ourselves vulnerable, and it's going to be tough. It's not going to be easy. We've been conditioned to be this tough exterior, to not allow, we can't even cry. We can't even be vulnerable. I mean, even the masculine side of me, when I was breaking down during my giraffe video, I was like, whoa, keep it together, woman. But really, we should allow ourselves to be vulnerable, to be sensitive, to be open. And through that, can we express what is in our hearts? Because if he remains closed off like in letter number 1, he's never going to receive his true destiny and his true desire because he's trying to play it safe. But there is no more playing it safe. We have to be vulnerable. We have to show our vulnerability, and they know that. The next card is awareness. Live in the moment. Be conscious of your thoughts. Look for signs and guidance. Live in the moment. Be conscious of your thoughts. Look for signs and guidance. They're saying that they are aware. They are aware of us. They've always been aware of us, and they are aware of what they need to do. What they need in order to receive what it is that they truly want. They are aware of you. The letter I read was in the previous reading for our guidance, but that one said that they're always aware of you, they're always looking for you, they're always thinking about you. And this again really strongly reiterates that fact, as yes, we are aware of you. We are aware of what needs to happen. The next card. The perfection of your life. And when I read this card's description, it was telling a story about the storm and how the storm, when you are caught in it, looks really turbulent and really violent. But when you look above it, so basically on the physical, everything is turbulent and violent. But when you raise yourself up into the spiritual plane and look down upon the storm, it actually looks quite mesmerizing and quite special and magical. But what this is saying from our divine counterparts is that they are working through this storm, weathering this storm to come to you, fighting within for what's right, no longer holding on to the fear of, oh, my mum will disapprove if I'm only saying that as an example, that popped into my mind. But you know, like people who are in the wrong relationships just to please people. It's like, no, stop it, you know? But they're aware of that. So they're weathering the storm. And they know they're going to have to cause a storm to break those links, break those chains. And after the storm, everything is it's a different energy. It's calm. It's clear. It's refreshing. And that's what they are working towards, is weathering this storm now. Everything has got a bit of a green theme, hasn't it? So this card here says loyalty. This is what they would like you to know. I can't get my words out. Your reliability demonstrates your loving sense of devotion and consistency of being. They want to tell you that they have a loyal heart for you. They've always had a loyal heart for you. And yes, at times they've been scared to display that on the physical and been hiding a little bit like the cowardly lion. But their heart is getting stronger. They are opening, as you see with this card, there's green for heart healing. They are opening up their heart so that they can come to you with an open heart and display their loyalty to you, because there is only ever you. Other people may be there, you know, people that you describe as karmic partners, to help them to grow, but ultimately there is only you, their true love. The next card says gracefully aging. Okay, what I would link this with is that they are saying that they are maturing, emotionally balancing, and aware that they can no longer approach you with that bit of a an immature, childlike approach that they've had in the past. This is a strong message to say we are gracefully maturing and appreciating and embracing that part of ourselves now. And final message and guide. Oh, no, it's not actually. Whoops. Oh, we've had this one before. Okay, so this one is time to decide. Make a decision now so that you can move forward. And this is them. Again, I feel this links in with the previous messages, with those messages of endings and saying goodbye and all that at the beginning of this reading. It is now time for them to decide. Do I want to stay in comfort and please other people, or do I want to just grab the bull by the horns and just go for it, you know? Yes, I'm going to ruffle up some feathers and stir some turbulence up, but you know what? It's worth it. And notice the purple color, and our final card is a similar color, violet. Create a balanced life. And I feel that this is what they want. You bring the balance. You are the yin to their yang and the complements of each other. They want to have that. And also I feel strongly guided to say that this card is very reminiscent of the violet flame. And put yourselves through the violet flame to burn off any disruptive energies, negativity that's blocking you from merging on the spiritual and therefore coming together on the physical. Use the violet flame to help you and bring in balance within yourself too, because the more that you rise up and strengthen and open up your heart, you will do the same for them. So I hope that this reading has helped you. If you'd like to come to me for a personal reading, please follow the link to my website. Everything I do is explained because for the past month since running this channel, I've had to explain in detail in different emails, and I thought it's more efficient to do it through a website. You can then click the link to book a reading with me through my spiritual coaching page and see the different plans on there. And if you wish to contact me via email, I'll put my details in the description and to my Instagram. Please follow me if you want to, and I will be talking to you again very soon. Thank you for listening.